everybody. This is Pastor Bonnie, and I love to share stories with you and things that are encouraging and what's going on in my life. So, of course, we've got a nice brand new year, and so this year I finally decided I'm going to let my hair go gray. So, I decided I'm going to take you on my journey with me. Take you on my journey. Yeah, that was right, with me. And I think for those of us who dye our hair, I've been dyeing my hair since I was in my 20s and 30s, and I am 63. So it's way past time to be thinking about it. And I just gotta tell you, like, the biggest thing that personally I deal with is not what other people think about me. It's more embracing who I am. I think that's the journey I'm on, that it's okay to be an older woman in our society when age is not embraced really, and you're not considered worth anything unless you're young and beautiful and all those things. And so I keep getting to this exact same place where I am now. You can see this much gray, and then I'll usually dye it, and so I thought it'd be fun to share the journey with you. So I just want to show you. It's been 2 months. So this is the gray underneath, and I have really long hair. My hair is way down past my waist, but see? So I thought, this part, I will tell you, this part right here is painful. It's really painful. And I considered dyeing, having it streaked and blended in, and I may do that a little bit later, but it doesn't look too bad when I do it like this on the side. It's kind of pretty in the sunlight. But I want to show you, I don't know if you can see all these new hair growth right here that came in. So what part of my decision was, the last time I dyed my hair, I ended up with a big bald spot right here. So all that new hair is all growing in. So I'm like, maybe my body is just trying to tell me that it's really time to embrace not putting chemicals on my body. And then I have had some health issues that I'm working on, and I'm a diabetic. I have fibromyalgia. I have all kinds of autoimmune stuff going on. And I just started getting psoriasis. It's just all part of this autoimmune thing. So the cool part was, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I decided to really take the bull by the horns, and I've been on a high vegetable, low carb diet. It's kind of a compromise of the Mediterranean diet. I can eat chicken, and I like eggs, and once in a while I'll have a nice big fat steak. But I got rid of the fried food. I got rid of the junk food and the pizza and the I love to eat brownies and ice cream for breakfast, but my body was just starting to tell me that isn't healthy. It ended up giving me a fatty liver. I gained about 30 pounds. So this is really working, and I finally realized that food needs to be for fueling your body, not for pleasure. If you think of food as medicine, that it will bring you good health. And so I've discovered I love vegetables, and the thing that stops me from eating them, or had stopped me, was the prepping. So there's some things for me that has worked really well. Like my favorite market has egg salad ready-made. So I like to put that on toast in the morning, or put it over an avocado. They have chicken salad. I put that on celery. I'll eat like raw cucumbers and stuff like that. I've been trying to switch it up. I'll even eat canned vegetables. I love beets and asparagus. So it's actually really working. I've lost 8 pounds in about 2 weeks. My blood sugar levels are normal. The psoriasis is clearing up. So the hair kind of just followed in with what I'm doing. So that's why I said I always take you guys on my journey with me, and I thought I'll do one of these videos every couple of weeks so you can see what the progress is. But like I said, you can see, I have to use my glasses, but you can see that's 8 weeks worth of growth. And my hair grows really fast, so I'm hoping it'll grow out fast. I haven't decided if I'm going to cut it. I'm an artist, as you guys know, so it's interesting because people of us who are artists tend to not want to be bothered with our hair, and we have this long hair. I just have had this long hair for 10 years, and so I don't think I want to cut it. So that's why this is why I always get to this stage right here, and this is when I stop doing it and start dyeing it again. But the chemicals just really are not agreeing with my body, and so I thought I'm just going to really take a look at it, and we're going to grow it out. And so it's just, I'll share with you how it is and how it feels. The hardest part for me is I've always looked younger than I am. Always, all my life. When I first got married, people thought I was 16 and I was 22. It's always, always. I've always looked younger. So that's really hard because now I'm going to look my age. And I have to come to terms with that. So for me, it's not about society and it's not about what other people think. Because to be honest, the really cool thing about being this age is I really don't care what other people think. I don't, and it's very freeing to be myself. So I want to embrace this and take you with me. And I always love to share some insights. When I do these videos, I had the coolest thing happen at work, and I wanted to share it with you. So this was I was in a training class it's been about 6 months ago. I work from home, and when you do the training classes, they have you meet. It's like a Zoom meeting. We did that. I've been working at home for 7 years, so I've been doing Zoom meetings way before COVID. But what happened is, in this particular training class, there's always like 6 or 7 people. We watch each other take the phone calls because I work in customer relations. And then you listen to the calls and critique them, and there's always a group of people. Well, this particular class, I ended up being with the mentor by myself, and that never has happened the whole 7 years. So she listened to me take this call, and it happened to be the death of an account holder call, and I couldn't take it. It was not within my scope. But the way I handled the call when I hung up, she said, Bonnie, she said, you did a good job handling that call. And she said it kind of tugged at my heart because she said, I lost both my parents in COVID. They both died from COVID. And so the antennas went up. And the cool part about being believers is we can learn to listen to that whisper of the Holy Spirit on the inside. And so my radar went up. And I started talking to her about the research I've done from near-death experiences from when my mom died. And I recommended this book by Richard Sigmund. He's got the most incredible account of heaven. He died and went to heaven and came back because he actually came back in his body underneath the white sheet. And the poor guys who were in the morgue, one guy wet his pants because it scared him so bad. I had to laugh. But he has the most accurate account of heaven. So I told her about the book, and I just really got to love on her and minister and tell her that heaven's real and that's where your parents are. And she told me that I knew this was a divine appointment. And she told me that she had lost her faith and was mad at God. So I kind of left it at that. I never saw her again. The class ended, we went our way. And the coolest thing happened. So 6 months later, this was this week, she happened to reach out on the phone, not knowing it was going to be me on the other end. It was purely random, but I know it wasn't random. It was God. So I get her on the phone. She was a senior advisor looking for some guidance. So she called my department. I answered the phone and she goes, "You sound familiar." And I'm like, "You do too." Well, then I realized who she was. And so I said, "I'm the one that told you about the heaven book." And she goes, "You mean this one?" And she holds up the book. It meant so much to her that she kept it at her desk. And, it was just the coolest thing because I was obedient, took advantage of a situation to share the Lord with her and give her some hope, and left the whole results up to the Lord. Out of all the thousands of people who could have landed on my desk, the Lord made sure that she did. And I got to see that she had that book, and she goes, "Bonnie, you saved my life." And see, isn't that just the neatest thing? So the whole reason I'm sharing that story with you is you can learn to listen to that whisper on the inside. Like every day I practice it. I'll set my timer for 15 minutes and I'll walk up down the hall and pray. And then sometimes I'll set it for another 15 minutes and I learn to be quiet and listen. And the Holy Spirit drops things in my spirit, or he shows me pictures of designs. And that's the other thing I was going to tell you. Like, the business that I have is called the Dragonfly Corners. It's an Etsy shop, and the Lord will literally tell me color combinations to use for the glazes and different things. That business has turned out to be such a blessing. I made $134,000 last year, and the year before that I thought I was doing good, making $90,000. But it pays to listen to the whisper on the inside, because the whisper I got was, try these big mugs and try this design on them. And it took off like a rocket. And God has that for you too. And, and it's not about wealth. I don't mean it to sound like that. It's not about name it, claim it, and prosperity and stupid teachings that there's been. But it's just that for us, for where we live in New England, we needed something to be a successful business because it's expensive out here. God miraculously brought us back, but the cost is astronomical. So because God sent us to a very expensive place, he's making a way for us to live here, and by doing this business. And the business is a huge blessing because every business card that I give to every customer has Jeremiah 29:11 on the back. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for good and not for evil." And that card has just gone around the world. So God has plans and purposes. He has heart's desires for you. He has a very specific plan for your life. And so I want to really encourage you, if you don't know the Lord, it's so easy to get to know him. Just say, "Jesus, forgive me of my sins, and I want to get to know you." That's all you have to do. And he is my best friend. And I hear his whisper all the time. And I get to go on, I call them these Jesus journeys. I get to go on these really cool adventures that I don't even know about. And I get to be used to touch people's lives. And it's just amazing. So that's my special story for today. And, I'm going to be real about this process of going with the white hair, and I'm hoping that I can get past this ugly, yucky part and not dye it and tough it out. And I'm looking forward to sharing the journey with you, the ups and the downs and the ins and outs about it. But I've enjoyed sharing this time with you. And as always, I'm an ordained minister, so if you need prayer requests, you can reach me at angelcare6@yahoo.com. That's ANGELCARE with a number 6@yahoo.com. I'd be happy to pray with you anytime. I love each and every one of you. I hope this will encourage some of you, and we're on this journey together. Have a blessed day.